Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of the 2024 Ford Ranger. The Ford Ranger is back after a couple of years off. It came back in 2019 obviously, and for 2024 it got a full-on redesign. This one though is pretty special because this is not just a Ranger, but this is a Ranger XL with the STX package. The STX package is essentially an appearance package that's going to kind of give you a nicer looking truck, but without upgrading to an XLT. Now, you do get some cool technology upgrades on the inside, which includes a fully digital instrument cluster as well as a nice infotainment system. But other than that, you're going to be just getting a basic looking truck with some nice upgrades. With that being said, a huge thank you to Bob Thomas Pre-Owned, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see, this one here being the base model with the STX appearance package, you get the traditional Ford key. That's a switchblade and includes your unlock, lock, and your panic button. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you're going to have a basic blacked out grille. As you can see, it does look pretty nice. Ford emblem is right there front and center. And of course, overall, when you look at it from a distance, it does look pretty nice. You do have LED daytime running lights with LED projector headlamps, and you do have fog lamps below. Checking out the wheels and tires on this one, we were taking a look at a set of Goodyear Wrangler Territory ATs on 17-inch tires. These measure 235 70R 17s all the way around, and this one here in particular, the wheel itself is specific to this particular trim level. The exterior color of this one is finished off in Oxford white with the Ebony Premium Cloth interior. Coming over to the door panels, you can see you're going to have some hard touch material on top, and you're going to have some soft material down here. You have some nice accenting coming along the door panel here, which is nice. You have your unlock and lock switches. You're going to have your power mirror controls, child window lock here, your power windows. You have a good storage area down here and area for a small cup holder. Very nice. The Ranger XL does come standard with a foil rubber polyurethane looking steering wheel with controls here on the left as well as on the right sides. Left is going to house your cruise control, audio controls, hands-free voice. To the right, you're going to have your controls here for the fully digital instrument cluster in the middle, followed by your seat track and your hands-free telephone. Coming up here, we're welcomed with a couple different things on the screen. To the left, you're going to have your coolant temperature. In the middle is going to be your driver information center, and to the right is going to be your fuel range. As you can see in the middle, we're taking a look at our current speeds, seatbelt reminder. At the bottom, we have the vehicle's odometer reading, gear selection, auto stop-start function, and your miles to empty. With that said, you can cycle through a couple of different things here on the screen, and as you can see here, it is as follows. You have your trip 1 information, as well as trip 2 information, fuel economy, audio, as well as your tire pressure monitoring system. And then you're going to have your main menu here, which includes your My View, trip and fuel, off-road, towing, audio, phone, settings, as well as vehicle maintenance. Coming over here, as you can see, we're taking a look at around a 10.5-inch display here. This is pretty much what you would find in something like a Ford Edge, for example. As you can see, it does look really, really good in this vehicle here. Now, albeit it's not like what you find in a Lariat or even an XLT, you are going to be getting a pretty nice looking screen here for the XL STX. Now, starting things off here, you are going to have your home button here, which is where we are at right now, your adjustments right here. You're going to have what's playing on the audio system. As you can see, you have AM and FM radio here. Seek track. Of course, you can plus and minus there. You can also do this here, which when you do that, you can add your not your presets, but you can find a particular station that you're looking for, which is pretty cool. And then as you can see coming down here below, you're going to have your presets right here. You're going to have your little icons down here for your sub menu, and then your climate control is going to be right down there at the bottom. So starting things off here, we're going to go to your audio, which is where we're at right now. This right here is going to be for your phone, whereas you can see you can connect a device to the vehicle via the Bluetooth system. This right here is going to be for your music and all that stuff. So again, you'd have to connect your device to that for that function to work. And then your towing, which as you can see there, you can add a trailer, and of course you can do a checklist and all that as well, which is pretty cool to see. Here, of course, you're going to have all your different icons as you'd see them now at the bottom. You're also going to have Android Auto, the owner's manual, your sketch, Apple CarPlay. Pretty cool to see. And then you're going to go a little bit further, and this is going to be kind of your controls here, which includes your auto hold, your calm screen, which you can activate, and then your settings down here, which is going to be a comprehensive list of things that you can enable, disable, and change to make it your own. So starting off here, you're going to have sound, phone list, driver assistance, vehicle, as well as general settings. Followed up with connectivity, software updates, zone lighting, and your valet mode. Starting things off here, let's go to your sound settings. That's going to allow you to adjust your tone as well as your balance and fade, followed by your speed compensated volume and your occupancy mode, how much of that adjustment you want to be on the seat. Say if you want all seats, you can do that, or you can do just a driver and stuff of that nature. Coming down to your phone list is going to show what's on your, is going to show what Bluetooth devices are in the vehicle, and you can even add a device to the vehicle if you want to. Driver assistance is going to show your driver assistance features that are in the vehicle standard, which includes your auto hold, lane keeping system, pre-collision assist, rear view camera delay, as well as driver alert. Coming down to your vehicle settings, that's going to show your standard features within the vehicle, which includes your rear occupant alert, your remote start setup, windows, your wipers, your lighting, as well as your locks. Coming down to your general settings, you have your language, temperature, units of measurement, tire pressure, your touchscreen beep, which you can turn on or off, and then everything else here is going to deal with your operating system. Coming down to your connectivity, that's going to deal with your Bluetooth, Wi-Fi networks, vehicle hotspot, data usage, wireless app protection, as well as mobile apps. Coming down to software updates, it's going to check to see if there are any updates available, and of course you can set automatic updates to happen within the vehicle itself, and of course you can have a schedule set, and this is too, which is pretty nice. Zone lighting, of course you can turn on the lighting system within the vehicle. It says to disable auto lamps while using zone lighting, select the override button, but we're going to close out of that and go back. And then valet mode obviously is where you're going to be able to lock some functions or features rather within the vehicle, so that way a valet cannot get inside, and that's going to be required by a pin. You're going to enter that pin in there, and then to disable the valet mode you'd have to enter in that pin again in order to disable it. So overall, pretty nice, easy to use as far as your settings are concerned, very comprehensive, and overall it does a really nice job of giving you what it is that you need to know about the vehicle with. So very nice to see that. And so with that being said, guys, before we move any further, this one here does come with a 10-speed automatic transmission. It does have a nice backup camera with guidance lines, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel. You also have a top-down view as well. And then coming down here, you do have your climate control settings, which as you can see, you could adjust your temperature here, adjust the fan and all that here, your fan speed, which you can go up or down, as you can see. Positioning, max AC, as well as to turn the AC system completely on or off. That's good. Don't want it too high. And so guys, that's going to wrap it up here for the infotainment system tour here in the Ford Ranger XL. Coming down below, you do have physical buttons specifically for your climate controls right here. Volume button, as well as your fan speed, max AC, AC, or should be max airflow, followed by your AC, max AC recycling, as well as your hazard button right there. Below that, you have a little storage area. You can set your phone to charge via USB-C or a USB port. Like I mentioned, you do have that 10-speed automatic transmission, as we discussed. You have two cup holders here. You have a smaller cup holder here, electronic parking brake here. You do have your auto stop start function here. You do have your cruise control system where you can turn on or off, or not cruise control, your traction control system, it can turn on or off. And then this is going to be your different drive modes. As you can see, you're going to have normal, eco, sport, tow haul, slippery, and then back to normal. Come over here to the glove compartment. You have a good amount of storage space inside. The XL STX is going to give you a premium cloth interior, which, as you can see, does make the interior look a little nicer, other than just the bare bones XL, which is going to give you just a plain cloth seat. It actually feels very comfortable. I do like the way that it looks and feels. You do have some stitching right here on the sides, which does add a nice touch. And overall, it's just a well-appointed seat for a base model. Come over here to your glove box. You have a good amount of storage space in there. You have a small little cubby area right up here. You have some carbon fiber material, or what seems to be carbon fiber material up here, although it is rubberized. You kind of have this little trim piece here as well, which looks really good. You're going to have your mirror up here, controls for your overhead lights, and then you do have your sunglass holder. You do have a visor. And come over here to the left, you're going to have your headlight controls as well as your gauge dimmer switches. But overall, for this truck, it's pretty basic, bare bones in a way, although you do have the STX package. And so with that being said, it's a pretty impressive truck. With that being said, let's go ahead and continue the tour of the 2024 Ranger XL. Coming into the back of this vehicle, as you can see, the Ranger XL STX does give you the same amount of the materials here that follow through, which looks very nice in here, as you can see. You have one seat pocket right behind the front passenger. You have a little storage area right here, and then down below you do have a 12-volt outlet, followed by a pad armrest with two cup holders. You do have your Easy Fuel capless fuel filler, making it easier to fill up at the gas station. The Ranger XL will give you your standard taillights in the back. You're not going to be getting LEDs or anything like that in here, that's expected. As you can see, you do have your Ford emblem here. You have your backup camera. You're going to have Ranger spelled out. You do have your tow hitch here, and overall, it's pretty cool. Soft opening manual tailgate. You do have a spray and bed liner in here, which is very nice. You do have some areas here that you can attach stuff to, and that's pretty much it. Under the hood of the Ford Ranger XL STX, we're taking a look at Ford's 2.3-liter EcoBoost inline four-cylinder engine. It produces around 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. This one here is going to be controlled through that 10-speed automatic transmission, and you can have this vehicle in either rear-wheel drive like this one is, or four-wheel drive. I'll close it up when I'm done filming here. All right, guys, so sitting back in the Ford Ranger. This is pretty cool because I reviewed the XLT first, followed by the Lariat, and now on to the base model XL, except this one does have the STX package. Now, this is probably the best way to go if you're looking at buying a basic XL trim level, if you're buying the most affordable, the most inexpensive version of the Ranger, this is likely the way to go, because at least you have some technology, you have some safety features, you're going to have some entertainment, and overall it just makes a really good truck, you know, even better in this case here. Now, personally, you know, if I had the money, I would definitely buy something like this, because I just think it's a cool thing to have. It's inexpensive, yes. You're gonna have the technology, yes. I just wish this one here in particular had four-wheel drive. But other than that, you know, it's a good-looking truck. It's gonna get the job done, and overall, it's very affordable. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this walk around and tour of the 2024 Ford Ranger XL STX, finished off in Oxford white with the black premium cloth interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.